Hello everybody. Bit of a different video today. We're going to be looking at the mini update that literally just dropped earlier today that I am jumping off the walls wanting to talk about. Make sure you log into the game to get a bunch of free skins as well, by the way. Now, whilst I could go over all of the new content that was added, such as the pumpkin carving and new shadow thrall mob, instead I'll be going over the fact we have some new juicy lore in this silly little universe of ours, and what on earth it all means. If you do care about the new content, there's pumpkin carving, look at that, really cool, and these new shadow thrall enemies that appear as masks and possess things, including you, when you die. This is utterly horrifying, but what we're more interested in the Bidobam's house is the lore of this update. You wouldn't expect there to be so much lore from a little intermission style update like this. It wasn't even titled as one, by the way. But we got some huge lore drops. A very notable one, the possible confirmation of what the big shadowy eye might be called, the antithesis to Altar. Finally, no longer will I have to call the thing them or Shadow Eye. On top of all of that, we now almost have direct confirmation on who Metheus is and their significance in the current story. But let's start from the top, we're getting ahead of ourselves. In-game now, you can find new Shadow Rift enemies, known as Void Masks. However, if you're Shadow aligned thanks to the alignment perks, you'll see them as Heralds of Tenebrous. A Herald is something that, heralds the arrival of something or somebody. Does that mean the big Shadow Eye itself is known as Tenebrous? Tenebrous is Latin for darkness, so I think it could totally add up. Instead of that though, it could also be the case that Tenebrous is the great event that corrupted all of the ancients and whoever decides to borrow their power. But personally, I do think Tenebrous would be the name of the big eye. I have also been hearing theories that Tenebrous could also be what the Shadow Thralls are calling Charlie. But what do you guys think? I do love super early theory crafting like this. As well as that, they have finally added a second stage play. Remember the first stage play many years ago that gave you crucial lore about Charlie and who she was? Well, now we got some new lore on them, or should I say Tenebrous and their thralls. To perform this stage play, you'll need 3 new masks, Halfwit, Toady and Sage, dropped from the new Shadow Thrall encounters, as well as the new stage playbill. The play goes as followed. Our next guests need no introduction. Then why are we here? Good point. Salutations, friends. We 3 be heralds of our Tenebrous provider. Ooh, Tenebrous. Dark. So dark, yes. Deadly. Not deadly. Benevolent. So benevolent. Ye have queries. Ye art intrigued, terrified. There is nothing to fear, from the dark at least. Of what should ye be afraid? The dark? No. Why, the accursed gleam of lumen, of course. Of course. From that blasted celestial orb. Ugh, orb. Yes, ugh, indeed. We too hail from our own realms, menaced by horrible gods. That is until the sweet pall was laid upon us. And now we 3 be free, free! Ye too can be liberated. We! Join us neath the protective pall. Ye shall never fear the dark again, never build another fire, or chop wood, or sleep, or eat. Or blink. Ye can still blink. Still blink. Ye will be the one with the ever night. Forever in the sweet, dim embrace. Forever in darkness. So that was that. What does this tell us? This play is from the perspective of the mask-like creatures that you can find possessing enemies, and you if you're not careful. They're telling us that they can offer us peace from everything, so much as we let them in. That's probably the whole possessing part. But before all of that, they mention that the celestial orb and the gleam of lumen is accursed, which is to be expected of the evil shadow masks. However, what's more notable is that they mention that they come from their own realms, menaced by their own horrible gods until a pall was laid upon them. The word pall can have numerous definitions, such as cloth, a coffin, or a shroud, both literal and symbolically. I'd imagine the pall they're referring to is the shadows themselves if we're speaking hyperbolically, or the literal mask they are wearing if we're speaking literally. How you can be free from everything if you don the same masks that they did. And what other ancient civilization do we see that once wore masks? That's right, the ancients underground. Did they wear the same masks the heralds we're seeing right now? Or are the heralds assuming the role of a mask as some sort of symbolism of what the ancients did long ago? This could also be what the shadows promised to the ancient civilization long ago too, as they were a civilization struggling in their own right. They probably took that offer, literally being forced to wear masks or not. The masks that talk in the play could be the remains of the ancients, or another, longer lost civilization that was also plagued by horrible gods. Maybe before the shadows were able to slip into our world, they were able to find their own solution to their own terrible gods, and bear it upon the ancients and now us. But now it's time we look outside of the game, since with this update we also got a new website for the event of Halloween. Check it out, it's got a cute little poem and a little comic with a free hidden skin if you click on the record disc hidden here. But also on this site we can see Wagstaff making a mask. The mask motifs are really being laid on strong right now, huh? Is he also trying to make his own form of mind-controlling mask, or armor to protect against it? So many questions, huh? But we gotta look outside the game even more to the latest animated short that we got. A silly little adventure of Chester being ran around the constant, until he drops into Charlie talking to, a certain somebody. Look at the body, the multiple legs, the hunched back, and the spikes growing out of them. Not only does this resemble an ancient herald from Hamlet, but also one of the rulers of the ancient civilization itself. Is this Cyclone? Or Metheus? I'm working on a full Ancients lore video soon, and I will have to rewrite almost all of it thanks to this video, but a TLDR, there were two ancient leaders, one with a torch and one with a cane. The torchbearer resisted the shadows and tried to destroy them after they founded it, whilst the cane bearer, the king, probably died, and in some weird twisted magical way was able to possess the ancient fuel weaver. But now, with this animated short, we know what's happened to the torchbearer, Metheus. They became a shadow. After dying and being vehemently against the whole shadow business for so long, she became a shadow. And that shadow is someone we're seeing talking to Charlie. This also lends heavy credence to the theory that the mysterious voice that wanted to be put back together from Charlie's stage play being not Tenebrous, but Metheus instead, since she's literally her shadow in this shot. Is this the smoking gun we need that Charlie and Metheus are sharing the same vessel? Does this mean that Metheus, the one that was against the shadows for so long, the one that probably discovered the portal or even made it, has been helping Charlie repair it? Or is Charlie talking to her now to help close it, or even harness the power for themselves? Does Metheus have any free will about this? Could Charlie be forcing them? It would make sense for them to be talking for so long. How else was Charlie able to get her torch, find the blueprints and location of the ancient gateway if it wasn't for Metheus helping her? But it would also make sense if Charlie was able to come to Metheus after the gateway. It all depends on how much free will Metheus has. Is she a thrall of the shadows, forced to work with them, or does she still have some freedom and individuality? Like I always say, only time will tell. This video was mainly focused at bringing attention and discussion to all of the new lore that was revealed with today's update. I'm going to be reading the comments in the Discord religiously after this, so please, let me know your thoughts and theories down below. Bit of a different video than usual, but that's okay, I needed to talk about this since, come on, I'm the lore guy now. Massive thank you to all of the guys on the Discord for the lore discussion. You were amazing, thank you, you helped fix a lot of errors in this script. But anyway, you're getting a Screecher video tomorrow, so I'll catch you all then. Bye bye everyone.